What is up, guys? This is the Overleveled podcast, episode 66. And we actually don't have many topics to talk about, and we do have a special guest, DMV fan. Always enjoy when this man roasts me or we just have a casual conversation. And I completely forgot to mention, we're going to talk about something towards the ending of the podcast and address that. He knows it, and gotta give him mad respect for it. So start off, of course, we got video games, and Borderlands 3 was announced at PAX East. They did, of course, have some problems throughout the stream when announcing other games no one really cared about, and everyone really wanted to see Borderlands 3. That thing was running at like 10 FPS, maybe like sub 10 FPS. I have no idea when it, comes to that. It just looked horrendous until they actually like uploaded to YouTube and it actually looked, running at a normal FPS. And it was actually watchable. And I thought it was good. I don't think it's going to be something amazing. And there was other, news coming out. Like today we saw the box art. And you got different like box arts. It's just changing the background of the box art, and I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't really like seem that great. It's just like you just change like the background and that's it. Like a special edition, like super special edition, and I really didn't care for that. But I thought the box art was dope. And it's also, of course, coming to the Epic Game Store. And man, oh man, have I. Like, I'm just surprised when it comes to, I guess, this Epic Game Store controversy, because when Epic Game Store is like addressing its problems, and they even said themselves that they're going to stop doing, taking off the, if a game like, let's say, Outer Worlds, when they're saying Steam, and then it goes to Epic, they wouldn't do that again, even though I just saw something on one of the servers is saying they would. So I'm super confused on that because that's very contradictory. So hope that's not the case. But other than that, like, I don't care. I'm buying it on the Epic Game Store. It's my money, and I'm going to support the devs doing that. And it made sense for them because they're using Unreal Engine in the game. So I don't understand why people didn't, go into that thinking that it's going to be on the Epic Game Store, because then it's like they get a bigger revenue share when it's on the Epic Game Store. But hearing about people wanting to pirate the game, I'm just like, you guys need to chill, because when hearing also they're big fans of Borderlands, and their hype for Borderlands has died because it's going to the Epic Game Store. To them, I say you guys weren't really fans of the Borderlands series. If it's going to stop you from actually purchasing it on the Epic Game Store, because we don't hear that outcry when Halo was announced on Steam and it wasn't on like GOG, the Epic Game Store. It just seems like the Steam fanatics want to have it their way. If it's just on one platform, like on the Steam platform, it's okay. It's fine. But, if it's on Epic Game Store, we got to, kill the developers for it. But that's what I, truly think about that. But, Inspector, what do you think about people wanting to pirate Borderlands 3 for the PC version, because it's going on the Epic Game Store?
It's really stupid and very, like, petulant of them, because they're kind of just acting like children. Like, oh, it's not on Steam, so I'm gonna pirate it. It's like, if you want to play the game so much, still support the company. Still buy the game. It doesn't matter where you buy it. It just sounds stupid to me.
No, it is. It just shows to me that there are fanboys on the Steam platform that they don't even want to admit it themselves. They don't want to say, hey, I'm a Steam fanboy or a fan of Steam, and I would like for it to be on my platform. They don't want to admit that because always going to the argument that if you're a PC fan, you're not a fanboy. But you very much are when you are, repping a company to the death and, insulting people and saying, if you buy it on the Epic Game Store, you're a terrible person and your intelligence is like awful. And I'm just like, you guys need to chill. You guys are sounding like you're being somewhat ungrateful. And personally, I think everyone needs to take a chill pill when it's regarding the Epic Game Store, because it's going to continue to happen. It's not going to you're not going to see less and less games stop, because you see what happened with Metro Exodus. That game sold way more than it did with the last Metro game coming out on Steam. But Jigo, what do you think about Borderlands 3 announcement going to the Epic Game Store?
I really don't care, because most likely I'm probably just gonna get on console. I mean, because I think Hard Hitters might say it should be crossplay. So if it's crossplay, it don't matter where I get it at. Like, these fanboys need to stop. People act like, oh, there's no such thing as a Steam fanboy. Yeah, there really are. They coming out right now. Like, bro, just if you want the game, get it wherever it comes out at. It doesn't matter where you get it at. Like,
yeah. Did you just see though the new list that they put out from the comparison to the Epic Game Store and the Steam store itself, or this Steam client?
No, I didn't see it, but I did hear Hardhead talking about it. Like, they do this and we don't. Like, I'm like, bro, that's
it's like we got trading cards and shit like that. They don't. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's ridiculous, bro, at this point. But ain't shit we can do about it. But I mean, it's like, if it's a good game, you're gonna want to play it no matter where you have to play it at, and they're being ridiculous. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying I want it on my preferred platform, but when you go out of but I'm not gonna play it because it's not on Steam, bro. You're a fucking weirdo.
I mean, people they're outright saying, well, they're not outright. They're doing the whole saying, I'm gonna set sail. And having like the pirates and stuff like that, and it's like, oh my gosh.
But I did see the box art, and I actually liked it. It looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I think the box art is neat. I just don't like how it doesn't change. I mean, it changes, but it's like the different editions are just different colors of the background.
Yeah, I really don't care. But I do like when it's like a special edition, like it gives you like a really nice background. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. What do you think about the whole Borderlands 3 and it going to the Epic Game Store, Claudia?
Me personally, I think it's a good choice going to Epic Games. If people are gonna complain about it on this, on the what's it called thingy on Steam, oh, it's not gonna be on Steam, then support you support this game. Why don't you go buy it from Epic instead of you complaining and moaning about it? Yep. That's me personally. If they're like, oh, well, it's not on Steam, well, screw Epic and screw this, and you know what? That's what I've got to say about that.
Yeah, agreed.
You guys are sore losers. Straightforward.
Yeah. And what about you, DMV fan? If you're alive.
Wait, what?
Maybe he has to fix some stuff.
Hey, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now we can hear you.
Yes.
Well?
That thing fired like Captain Marvel.
This man already started.
This man already started.
I feel that.
I told you.
I mean, he won a bet. Oh, man, just wanted to say that, but didn't address the damn topic. I feel it.
Yeah. Well, let's move on then, because he doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh man, I feel it. So the next thing we got, of course, is the Best Buy leak. I've been seeing this, and it's basically being confirmed by like Wario and a couple other sources that this leak is, seems to be true. Best Buy is leaking everything nowadays and their database, and we did see what was on it. Of course, there was Persona 5. And we were able to see the SKU and stuff like that. I'm not going to post it because, I don't want my video taken down and stuff like that. Persona 5 Nintendo Switch. And also on top of that, you got the Metroid Prime trilogy. And another one is Nintendo's upcoming remake for A Link to the Past. So, I think, of course, we did see on the website that we have a P5S, which we're supposed to get more information on April 25th. And to me, it either seems like it's going to be a direct port of Persona 5 or, different art style. Who knows? I have no idea. It wouldn't be out of the question because Nintendo Switch did get the version, I believe, of Final Fantasy 15 that was on mobile. So I would not be surprised if it was something like that. Or it could be actually, straight up a port. But it won't be anything like Persona 5, the Royal Edition. That's going to be, something completely different with, an expansion. And that'll be for, straight up PlayStation. Now, PC port remains to be seen. It seems more than likely it's going to happen. But overall, shout out to Best Buy for leaking this stuff, and they did remove it out of the database. Because Nintendo and probably even like Sega/Atlas and all of them were just like, "Yo, you need to remove this now." And yeah, personally, I'm like, I think is a great announcement to have for the next direct, which might be in a week or two or something like that. But Jacob, what do you think about these Best Buy leaks?
I have no opinion. I know somebody, I ain't gonna say should get fired, but if they do, I wouldn't be like upset or nothing because like you can't keep doing this. But at the same time, it's like I guess they're trying to drum up like support for them because like Best Buy after the Gamers Club thing, like
oh yeah, I was pissed about that.
Like nobody's really like talking about Best Buy like that, so like maybe they're trying to like, hey, look, we still love games. Hey, come get games here. That's the only thing I could think of. Like I don't see why they would leak this, and I don't know. It feels like it's hurting their business with Nintendo, and I don't know. I forgot who produces Persona. Like
yeah, it's Sega/Atlas. Well, Atlas develops as Sega's the publisher.
It really feels like they're taking the wind out of themselves because like they're probably going to wait for like a special time to announce like, look, Persona's coming to Switch. But yeah,
I do also want to say, because I saw the leak, it's $60. So I don't, because I want to get the game if it goes on Switch, if it's the same style of art style / graphics, but also Persona 5 the Royal is coming to PlayStation, and that's straight up an expansion, and that's going to also be $60. So it's like, do I really want to like double dip again for this game and get it for Switch and then get it for PlayStation? It's like, I don't know, because I legit have no idea. For me, I really want to get it for Switch just because of handheld mode, but it's like that's too much money. That's $120 for a game for this year.
I don't want to play Persona that bad to play on this Switch, bro.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be like some chopped down, ugly version. Like, nah.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you? Because I guess I never asked, but are you gonna get the Royal Edition and trade in your old Persona game to get that game, or are you don't really care for the expansion and you're just gonna be like, I'm good?
I don't have Persona.
Oh shit! I thought you did for some reason. Oh damn!
So, I was planning, but it's like it never came to the point of you playing. Because I heard it's like you got to put so many hours to the game.
Yeah, it's like either like it took me about 80 ish hours.
That's a lot of hours, bro. There's a lot of games.
That's
There's a lot of
insane.
games I still gotta beat, bro.
Hey man, freaking Red Dead was a lot of freaking hours too.
And it really wasn't.
Really? I thought I put in like 80 hours in that game. Maybe 70.
Nah.
Oh wait, you didn't do the epilogue though.
Oh yeah, you know I didn't.
Yeah, that's why.
I still consider that beat because I don't feel like playing that epilogue. It's trash.
I mean, I understand that sentiment. But Slaughter, what do you think about the Best Buy leak? You think this is a good thing Best Buy did, or a bad thing?
It's a mixed feeling for me. Because in one hand it was good, on the other hand it's a bad thing from a business standpoint. So for me, I've got a mixed feeling about it. Should they do this again? No. Because developers could come at them and say, well, hey, why are you guys doing this again? You've done this once. Why are you doing this with our studio now? So that's me, honestly, with this whole feeling with Best Buy leak.
Yeah.
It's just the business, the business standpoint of things, because they're a store generally, and you're selling games and movies and whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. So because they leak it, and then the developers say, "Oh, take it off," and then that gets them into trouble, they probably get a warning for that type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've got mixed feelings about it, regardless.
Understandable. Inspector, what do you think about the leak that Best Buy did, or one of the Best Buy employees? Do you think that the employee should be reprimanded, or what?
I'm kind of on Taladia's side, where I'm kind of mixed on it. I do think it was stupid of them to leak it, whoever leaked it, one of the employees. But I guess it's good for the Switch people, so I guess it's a lose-win, for the employee. But I think the employee should be, I don't think they should be fired, but they should be disciplined.
Yeah. Because Nintendo's pretty strict with that. I don't know about Sega and Atlas. I don't know their whole stance on leaks like that. But who knows on that. DMV fan, you got anything to, add to the Best Buy leak?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh man, Sony losing exclusives? Just like Redford and Taladia lost their
Oh man, really?
I feel it.
No, seriously. Is this guy gonna keep on going on about that? Because
oh man, hey man, the man won. Let the man enjoy the win, the W. Got a W.
Because he's not talking about the topics, though, isn't he?
No, I mean he did talk about the topic. He said PlayStation was losing exclusive. I mean, Persona is an exclusive to PlayStation.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It is exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah, Persona 5, dude. That's why, personally, I said this shit. Bro, I don't, on one hand, I can't wait for Persona to be on, Switch. On the other hand, there were a lot of Switch people trashing Persona 5. And I'm like, man, I would be totally fine with it going to PC, because these Switch fans were trashing that game. And now they're, rejoicing for it to come to the Switch. I think it's dumb. But personally, it is what it is. It makes business sense, though. Because you release that on Xbox, that game ain't going to sell well.
Wait. Fall back. Don't do that to Xbox.
Oh, man. Come on, now. How did Nier Automata do? Kingdom Hearts?
Look, I agree, but you don't have to say it.
Oh, dude. I got to say it, dude. I had to slander Xbox once. I shouldn't have said that.
Let's go on to the next subject.
All right, so this is quite, I don't want to say controversial. Jason Schreier, shout out to him. I think his game journalism when it regards to leaks and all of that, I think is amazing. His gaming opinion, don't want to hear it. But he did release a long article. It takes an hour to read through it all. I guess I can give everyone the cliff notes. Essentially, this is regarding how Anthem was made, the 67-year-long development cycle. Essentially, what we saw at E3 2017 wasn't the real game. That was one of the things. It was all pre-rendered. It was fake.
So they pulled a Killzone 2.
They pulled that, and like legit, they didn't know the direction and what the game was gonna be. The flying was legit like it gonna be there because I think the former EA person went in to test the game, right? Because they have to check on the progress of their investment. And he was playing the game, and he said, "This is awful. What have you guys been doing?" I think this was like 2016 or something like that, or 2016. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, we have to like pull something together," because what happened with Anthem? It had a troubled development cycle, right? They were forced to use the Frostbite. They couldn't get the technicians that worked on the Frostbite like DICE, because those people that worked on the Frostbite would help the others that make EA the most money, which would be FIFA, because of the microtransactions, right? Those like the expertise for that engine would be placed in the microtransaction games like Madden and stuff like that. For them, they didn't know how to use the Frostbite engine. The same thing with the team for Andromeda. They had to like legit hack around it, and it would take them days to like have the lighting to work and render environments like and stuff like that. Also, teams were pushed into other games such as like FIFA and stuff like that, and it's crazy hearing about that, and as well as that they legit. I think originally, because of the concept, I think it was called Beyond, and essentially it was going to be a survival game that was mixed with shadow classes, and you would be able to climb up these like big creatures and stuff like that. I heard about that, but they had to scrap that because the Frostbite wouldn't work for that type of game. And there was flying, and then they took out flying, they put in flying again, took out flying. And that was legit. Like they had to make levels for that too. So they would then take out the levels. And then when Patrick was playing the game, he's like, "This is trash. What are you guys doing?" And then after that, they rushed to make another demo for it, and he liked it, and it had the flying. And then they were like, "Okay, let's put in the flying and make something up that looks cool." And they had Beyond shirts, of course. This was Project Dylan at the time. They had Beyond shirts, but because of Beyond's like already trademark and stuff like that, then they were called Anthem. And they would then create this amazing trailer. Everyone would dig, like even myself, right? Then what would happen is they were like, "Oh, this is the game what we got to make." And then like legit, they started to develop that game. So to speak. And what then ended up happening was it became more of a looter shooter, right? And you couldn't utter the word Destiny or the Division. Like they didn't want to hear that. The higher ups at BioWare. And I was like, really? You guys needed that. You needed to talk about it if you were making a game similar to that. You needed to see what their faults of that game was and what you should have improved upon. The only thing they were able to compare it to is like Diablo 3 or something like that. And also I heard like they had 16 and legit every like all the other years was basically pre-production. So they had basically like an actual 16 to 18 month development cycle for this game that we got, because EA was just like, "Dude, we gave you 6 years at that time frame. We gave you 6 years. This game is coming out in March." And legit, that put BioWare in a frenzy. And I from what Jason Schreier has reported, I think there's like several quotes of the BioWare employees were, in the closet crying and stuff like that, having depression, having to leave work for like a month or so because of how, I guess how time consuming everything is and how like stressful the environment was. And I know BioWare at Austin were straight up saying like, "Hey," because they were having everybody come in. Like we have, expertise in this field for online games. And what ended up happening was Bioware Edmonton were saying, we're the A team. You guys are like the B or C team. We don't need to hear any of that. Even though it was like Bioware Edmonton's first time doing a multiplayer game. And I am the problem that was saying, like, Bioware Montreal's a C team, Edmonton's the A team. And for me, after reading that article, I was just like, wow. Because they needed that advice. And even the what do you call it, the requirements, and like it was touched upon in this article, the requirements for the armor set to like finish the game, it was going to be even longer, and they even like had internal conflicts saying, like, listen, like, we're padding out the game at this point. And they were like, we know this is going to be bad, but hey, let's do it anyways. And they did change some things, and of course they changed a lot when it came to before the game came out, and that's not considering EA Access. This is like considering the official release. I was like, oh my gosh, hearing about that. And to me, it's like this, as well as like they were spending so much money that the mocap, they only had one shot at doing mocap. One shot at it. And I'm like, I was flabbergasted when reading that. And we'll go into more of, after this, having everyone's opinion, I guess, on the troubled development of BioWare. We'll talk what BioWare, responded to the article. They very much did. And even Jason did a follow-up to it. And I was so disappointed when hearing what some of the employees, of course, emailed Jason Schreier to talk about what BioWare said and what they've, emailed the employees after that. But I guess, Jigga, what do you think? Did you hear about the article? And what are your thoughts, I guess, about it? The legit everything like that happening from the studio?
I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't really care to look it up. Mm-hmm. I really just didn't care because once that game came out and I saw the train wreck it was like, me knowing more information ain't gonna change my opinion on how bad that game is. So I just kind of just stood away from everything. Like, yeah.
But do you think this was a good thing that Jason Schreier brought to light? Like, personally, I feel like that I hope it changes the management for BioWare. Like, it changes how they develop games, and even EA at points when, having people on the DICE engine, like experts at the DICE engine, not go into FIFA or Madden, and I actually hope BioWare do those things as well, or shifting.
Yeah, dude, just have one person from the team just really just go in depth and learn that from every team, go in depth and learn every in and out of the engine. So it's you always have somebody in your team that's close that you can just go ask, look, we can't figure this out. How can we do this? And they can just help you out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something you're trying to force people to use an engine they may not know how to use. So it's sometimes it's going to work out they're just going to figure it out, and sometimes they're just going to be stuck, and there's going to be a lot of bugs in the game because they couldn't figure out how to work the engine.
Yeah, they had to hack it to do lighting. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look, they want everybody to use that engine because it's free, so.
Yeah, but they need to I don't know, hire more experts for that engine and go to different teams of the development studios. That's what I personally feel, but yeah. Do you think it's helpful with this article? Do you think it's going to change things for BioWare?
From what you said, it seems like there's a lot of information that we didn't know that is getting out to kind of give us insight on what happened to the game and why it turned into this colossal mess. So it's yes and no. It's I wanted to get out there so we can look. It isn't that they just messed up the game. It's there was a whole bunch of circumstances we don't know about that led to this game being like this. So it's it's good that we know, but at the same time, it's you hate the stuff to get leaked out because then it's somebody may get in trouble for that,
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to know sometimes.
Exactly. I guess, Inspector, what do you think about this whole thing? This trouble development for Anthem and BioWare, and do you think this was good that Jason Schreier leaked it? What actually happened to the game?
I think it just really sucks for BioWare. They were going through some really tough times with this game, and it's always tough when you have to start a game and then scrap it and then restart. And with a very greedy company like EA, it's kind of hard to not have crunch into the equation.
But my thing is, though, they had listen, I like to give EA a lot. But they had 6 years, 6 whole years, and they just didn't do anything, though.
Yeah, that's true. I think.
Yeah, and what was your? I guess when hearing me say.
I mean, I didn't read it, but
What do you think about? I guess the culture, right? Of I even said I guess propped up the culture of BioWare Edmonton's the A team. The others are being C. BioWare Austin, they did Star Wars: The Old Republic. They know about online gaming, and getting advice from them, they said legit, we're the A team. We don't have to listen to you guys.
See, but see what that is that I can't really judge that because I don't pay attention to different studios because Ubisoft has 15 different studios across the world, so I can't really say something to that. Even though Montreal is kind of the A team for Ubisoft, but I agree that I don't know if it's gonna change stuff in BioWare, but it's good that at least some BioWare employees responded to Schreier.
Yeah, and told him the story.
Yeah,
agreed with that. What about you, Talada? What do you think about this whole situation about Jason, leaking what happened to Anthem's troubled development cycle? You think it's good?
I didn't take a look at the story particularly. What exactly happened?
They just detail what happened about BioWare. It's a lot of things that happened to it. I'm just asking your.
Was it in development type of thing?
Yeah, they talk about the troubled development cycle, mismanagement.
Well, I think firstly,
the culture of BioWare within the different BioWare teams, Edmonton and Austin.
Yeah,
and all that, and the Frostbite engine and all that. What do you think?
Oh, okay. About that? Me personally, I think that was a good thing Jason Schreier firstly leaked that information. It does show what EA is all about, to be honest with you. And then the second thing is just that we now know how things were planned for, was it 2017's EA press conference, right?
I mean, BioWare just faked the whole thing, and they're just
so now we know.
And then they were just oh, this is our game because everybody,
everyone was excited for that when they dropped that.
Really a real thing, and even graphics look way different. Compared to retail.
Yeah, for me personally, it's the fact that they could have, because they faked it. It makes them look bad. For me personally, it makes BioWare look bad, and EA as well on the top. For Jason Schreier for leaking that stuff, I think it was the right thing to do. Because at the end of the day, if he didn't leak it, we would not know all this information about the developmental cycle, the production, and all the problems they had.
I'll say this, I don't even think it's EA's fault at all. I mean, I say it's EA for, having some teams go work on another game and not having the specialists at the Frostbite engine help explain the engine to BioWare. I think EA is wrong in that. But with that many years and you guys were so directionless, I don't think that's an EA thing. That's mostly a BioWare thing. If I own, let's say I got a game, right? well, I'm a publisher, and I have, I don't know, Naughty Dog, just an example. And I say, like, Naughty Dog, half the time in the world, not literally, but, to develop something. It's like 5 or 6 years later. Let me play what you guys got. This is awful. What are you doing? And it's like, okay. And then they give me something. Like, okay, this is better. And I'm just like, okay, this is taking too long. We need this game out in 12 to 18 months. Like, I don't think that's like an EA issue. That's really more, I feel, a BioWare thing. Like, we got to always paint out the bad guy to be EA, but this time, I don't know. This time it falls on BioWare. And it pains me to say that. It really does. But BioWare needs to, like, the higher ups at BioWare need to learn a lesson, to be completely honest, because that's just unacceptable to me. But DMV fan, what do you think about the whole Jason Schreier leak for, Kotaku of Anthem? I know you were supporting Anthem for a little bit.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be serious for a second. It's unfortunate to hear all this stuff going down at BioWare. Personally, Anthem was my most anticipated game coming into 2019 until I played the demo. So this this article really explained a lot. Like, they didn't even really have a game until 18. Like, the whole game took 18 months to make, like 7 years of pre-production and 7 months of actual development. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. What do you think about the culture of BioWare? With the whole A team, B team, and C team, with Austin trying to help out, and they were like, "Nah, fam, we're the A team."
Yeah, the higher up managerial positions were messing up. That's all.
Yeah.
They need to get away from Frostbite too.
Yeah, that's like a big EA issue. I'm just like, yeah, I really think that EA either has to have BioWare have a different engine, or they need to have actual specialists, because it's ridiculous. With like, it's a hard engine to make games with, especially like RPG games. So, like, supposedly Dragon Age had the same thing, and like it had the same actual development trouble as well. And they also wanted that game to fail. Because they just did not like the process of how that game was made. And of course, game one, game of the year. And yeah, but I guess we're going to go into a follow-up to Jason Schreier. And it isn't a good one at all. Doesn't pay. It just seems like BioWare hasn't learned anything at all. It says, I've gotten a number of messages from developers who work or worked at beloved studios saying, replace BioWare with my studio. It's the same story, which is heartbreaking, but I can't imagine anything changing unless we keep reporting and talking about these stories. And he follows up the tweet. On a related note, I'm told by a couple of BioWare employees that so far studio management hasn't talked to staff about the article. Instead, the company sent out emails yesterday with one main message: don't talk to the press. For me, this just shows that the higher ups at BioWare don't care, and it sickens me, because this troubled development for Anthem, as well as even Inquisition, it's gonna, like, I'm concerned with the next Dragon Age game. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know there's a lot of Dragon Age YouTubers that are saying, "Oh, it's fine," it's not going to have trouble. They didn't even know about Dragon Age Inquisition. They have the same development trouble as Anthem. And I'm just like, wow, that's insane to me, because now we are literally just waiting to hear about this. And technically EA wasn't even signing off on that Dragon Age trailer. They were like actually kind of mad that BioWare did that, and they had to, go and play whatever they had, because they didn't know that was going to happen, and they were like, "Oh man, you kidding me?" But yeah, to me, this is crazy, because they didn't have a sit down with anybody. They just like, don't ever talk to press again. Jacob, what do you think about hearing about this?
I mean, like, I can see when it comes to stuff like this, leaks and like information getting out, companies usually don't handle it well like they should. Like, or they sit down and try to address the issue. They just like, oh, stop talking about the issue and like it's gonna go away or like it's gonna just fix itself. And I don't know, but I just don't get that. Like, companies should be run like a family. You know what I mean? Like, you should try to like if you treat everybody well and don't set them up for failure, like everybody will work their hardest. Well, I mean, usually,
Yeah,
some people are an exception, but usually people work their hardest to like try to do good by the company because the company is doing good by them. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. What do you think about this, Inspector? About the Jason Schreier's tweets and Bioware saying to the employees, and not even talk about the article, just saying don't talk to the press in an email.
It just shows, as you said, how little the higher ups at Bioware care. Like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say sickening, but it's very bad on the look of the Bioware execs.
Yeah, agreed. What about you, Talati? What do you think about the tweets from Jason Schreier regarding Bioware?
Well, thing is, this hit a nail on the head. What's it called? Inspector. So I can't really much add to that.
Mm-hmm. So, I feel him. What about you, DMV fan? What do you think about Bioware's response to their employees doing that?
Yeah, like I said, they're really a dysfunctional studio, and they need to get some new higher ups because they don't know what they're doing up there. So.
Do you think this is Casey Hudson, like management issue, or you think this is entirely different management issue?
I mean, he's one of the heads, right? So he's got to be at least partly responsible for.
Yeah. Are you worried for, I guess, the next Dragon Age game? I don't know if you play Dragon Age.
No, I don't. I don't care about the series, so I don't have any faith in it, though. So.
Understandable. All right, so I guess the last gaming news is actually Cyberpunk, and this is actually more cheerful news. Well, kind of cheerful, not really cheerful. It depends on who you ask. So supposedly, Cyberpunk has no game over screens when you fail a mission. When you fail that mission, you fail it, and that's gonna suck. But of course, if you die, you will have a game over, screen. Personally, I think this is. Besides, I can't think of a game that has done like you failed a mission and you just keep going with the story. It just seems like there's gonna be different branching narratives, and this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna enjoy this game more than Last of Us Part 2. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe partly. Depends on when both games come out. They're doing both things, but it seems like Cyberpunk is doing a game that seems very, slightly innovative. It is going to be big and it's going to be massive, and that's what I'm going to enjoy. But doing this is going to be like branching, I guess, parts for your game. So if you fail a mission, like let's say Jigga fails like 5 missions, and I do this perfect.
Well, I don't fail missions.
Fails a mission, I do a perfect playthrough. Maybe we're in different parts of the games, I don't know. But I guess, Jigga, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's gonna suck because I hate like when I fail a mission. Like I wonder if like I fail and I like can I kill myself and go back to like a certain point? Or, like
maybe you gotta like manually save like in The Witcher 3. Maybe that's what you can do.
If I like lose on part of the story because I like, because I mean when you go through games you're going to make a mistake, and then like to be cut off like probably from a section of story or a section of a mission because you made a mistake. That would be annoying to me. But I get what they're going for. Like they want to be more realistic, somewhat. So
yeah,
I'm gonna hate it, bro.
You're gonna hate it. I mean, maybe you might get the worst ending. Who knows?
Bro, I will find some way to cheese.
Oh man, like Jeremy with Sekiro. Oh, I feel it. Inspector, what do you think about them going with this approach for their game? You know, besides death, that's a game over. But failing missions, no game over.
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a good idea. I guess it's for an immersion's sake, but I don't know how that's going to go over with everyone.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. What do you think about this, Talati?
About what? Sorry.
About Cyberpunk having no game over screens when you fail a mission, but when you die, you will have a game over screen.
That's gonna feel weird. Mine's opinion.
I feel it.
It's gonna feel weird. But with Cyberpunk, we do know that they are gonna show something at E3, right? So
yeah,
we possibly could see the death scene of how it's gonna look. Maybe it's gonna be.
I mean, the death scene is a death scene, but like if you fail a mission, it's like you still continue with the game.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll get to see what it looks like. Hopefully, it won't be in the style of what GTA does in their style. And that when they go.
I mean, Witcher 3, when you die, it's no like amazing game over screen. It's like it just reloads you.
All right, we'll have to wait and see then.
Yep. Team V fan, what do you think about this? You think this is innovative? You think that this is going to be a game changer or what for Cyberpunk?
I bet you and Taladia wishes there wasn't a game over for a bed.
Oh my god! Please.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good one. I'll give you that one. All right, now I have to talk about.
Wait, before we move on, I have a question for you. Do you think this is going to hurt the sales, Red Hood? Because more games are like casual now.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. I've been noticing more gamers are casuals.
Yeah, for Cyberpunk, you mean?
I don't think so. There will be numerous articles saying that there should be a feature where that there should be a restart when there's a mission fail or something like that. That's what I think is going to be happening, man. Dude, I did see on Twitter, man, and I agree with this thing. Like this shit's probably gonna be real one day, where this guy is playing a game and he has this button where you just press it and you beat the game. I'm like, that guy would make so much money if that was a reality, because people definitely doing all that.
He's not gonna make that. The companies are just like pay $5 and you get beat the game.
It's like, yo, dude, I beat The Witcher 4, dude.
I mean, with Far Cry doing the whole, like, you can stand there for 15 minutes and finish the game, it's already started.
Oh, shit. You're right about that. Far Cry 4 was like that. You just sit there and it's like game over. I beat Far Cry 4.
5 too.
Oh, you could do that with 5? I didn't even realize that. I didn't buy that game. I think I was done. I clocked out of Far Cry after...
But I think if you don't arrest them, like, it just ends the game. Like...
Huh. I feel it. So Sekiro, big thing. I've seen. I feel like the gaming journalism has come to a low point, and I don't like saying that, but when I see articles like this, like Resident Evil 2 is too hard, Sekiro needs an easy mode. Like I'm like, shut up. like listen. I don't know if you played any other From Software games, right? I don't know if you played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Like, these games are meant to be hard. And there was a quote from Miyazaki talking about this, and he legit wants to give people a challenge. And after you beat that, I guess conflict with some enemies or a boss battle, you feel invigorated. You feel like you've just climbed up a damn mountain. And you're like, yes. I finally did it. Like when Kid Smooth beat the freaking ogre, like that. I mean, I hope no one's as bad as that, but That's what I'm saying. It's like it's legit. Like he compared it to stew. It takes a long time, but when you get it right, like it tastes amazing. And when hearing about this and saying that you have to be accessible, like by putting easy mode, you're having everyone being having accessibility for the game, and that is wrong. Having accessibility to a game is being able to purchase this game either on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, this and that. That's your accessibility. What I'm hearing is because a game is too hard is why you guys don't like the challenge, and From Software games are meant to be hard. I even consider From Software games to be their own genre of video games. Compare a movie like, let's say, I don't know, a Blade Runner 2049 or something like Endgame or something like that. Like, you could like Endgame, but you're not going to like 2049. Those are different genres of movies, right? That you don't go out in the movie and be like, I don't like this movie because it's not like that movie. And it's like, it should be more like this movie. It's like, no, it's different genres. Same thing with music. Same thing with TV shows. Like, you can't complain about that. It's ridiculous hearing. You're seeing people that like play with their feet, like legit play with their feet and beat, bosses and stuff like that, and put some gaming journalists to shame. And it's just ridiculous that we've come to this point that gaming journalism has become kind of a joke. I'm not going to say every game journalist, but seeing these articles, even Kotaku has done it, and this one person has said it, I'm like, I legit even like, what was I quote myself directly because to tell everyone what I said. And I was very disappointed in everything. And I said this, wow, the media is getting out of hand right now. Here's my take. Because this is what the person said, and I quote, this is some V, I don't know her name, Vix. Holy shit, there's a lot of bad takes about difficulty, settings, accessibility. Imagine saying not everything is for everyone. Yeah, everything isn't for everyone. That's life. But I'll continue, which is, imagine suggesting you can't sit in a restaurant because of access issues and being told to fuck off and eat someplace else that's easier to get into. What are you comparing a damn restaurant to a damn video game? You should be comparing it to genres of different, entertainment. And I said this. While the media is getting out of hand right now, here's my take. We have genres of video games, movies, and music. Not everyone's going to like these genres. These games are meant to be hard. They are to allow us to think of solutions to overcome these counters of enemies or / bosses. If you take away this difficulty by implementing an easy mode, then it defeats the game's purpose as well as its vision by the director. So everyone asking for an easy mode, just stop, because this is not your type of game. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying that? I really don't feel like I'm wrong for saying that. But I guess, Jigo, what's your, whole thought process on that and that person as well? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Jigo's not here. Inspector, I guess.
I get where they're coming. Like, I get the point of, adding an easy mode and stuff. Like, to me, I'm more of a casual gamer, so... I don't play on easy mode, but I understand the need for an easy mode. Mm-hmm. But as you said, the restaurant comparison is not the best comparison because it's totally different. But as you said, it should be compared to more like movies and music and stuff.
Yeah.
And not restaurants.
It's like not every game is going to be for everyone. Like those games I consider that its own genre.
Like From Software games don't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Not because just because I don't find them interesting. But.
Yeah. But you would say one of the big takeaway is those games are meant to be hard.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really agree with that point of the game, but...
Yeah, but it's the vision of the game.
Yeah, it's the vision of the game.
Like if you implement easy mode, you're taking away that vision. It's just like there's no point. You don't think, you don't time things correctly. It's like then it's like it is what it is. It's like then the game is like lost its vision and its purpose. That's what I feel. But I guess Talati, what do you think about? I guess everything encompassing from software games and gaming media outlets are wanting and begging for an easy mode.
I've got nothing to really say because I'm not 100% sure what to say about this game because I haven't played it.
Yeah, like Sekiro.
Yeah, I'm not big of a fan of it, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I feel. What about you, DMV fan? Do you think gaming? Well, actually, no. Jigga's back. What do you think about this? Does the gaming media Jigga take an L for asking and begging for?
No.
No,
because their job is to get to that game and review it. If they're not able to beat it in a certain amount of time because it's too difficult, then I don't. I'm not going to get mad at them for saying they want an easy mode. Like,
do you think it takes away the purpose of the game though? Slash vision.
It does. It does and it doesn't. Like, just have a easy mode for the people who want the easy mode or easier mode. Like, I don't see how that hurts. Yes, I don't know. Maybe it hurts them. Like, they feel like it downgrades their game, but it doesn't really because it's like.
But if you play easy mode, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like no one's gonna die.
Well, then just play it on easy. I mean, like people who wants to play the game are going to play it on hard mode regardless. So it's like, I say just give people the option, man. Like I know it, like you don't want to, because like if you create a game to work a certain way and then people don't want to play it that way, but it's like that's meant the way it's meant to be played. But as a consumer, they have the right to play the game they wanted to play. Like, but at the same time, it's like it's your product, so you have the right to put it out there. Like, I don't know. It's like they're not in the wrong for wanting to have easy mode, but he's also not in the wrong for not wanting to put one in there. So it's like it's just the way it is. Like,
yeah. I feel it. What about you, DMV fan? What do you think? Easy mode, yes or no?
If it had an easy mode, I'd actually play it.
Man.
Look, I look like playing Sekiro.
Oh man,
being black is hard enough. Don't have time for these long, hard ass games.
Oh man, yeah, I respect that. Even though you should start playing some hard games. That's what I feel. Just saying. Probably be playing these games on easy mode all the time, DMV fan.
I'm playing Hollow Knight. I'm good.
Oh man.
One thing I will say is like Sekiro, unlike Dark Souls 1, when you beat a boss, it doesn't have that gratification. Like some do, but most of the bosses, I feel like you have to cheese to beat them.
Cheese.
And that like the fire, the monkey, not the monkey, the ogre, you have to cheese them with fire. Even though it's not cheesing, it's a tactic in the game.
Tactic.
It's kind of, it still feels cheesy.
Oh, it's like you have to figure out and implement different tactics to see what works and what doesn't work. After
but if I can't beat him with the sword,
well, it's like the sword is like. I want to get the game, and I've said this multiple times. I just see people play it because I'm saving money for a new graphics card. But like if I had an amazing graphics card, I'd get that game instantly. But what graphics
card you got?
970. I want to upgrade to either 1440p.
Bro, you can still play that game.
I know. No, I'm saving money though. That's the thing. I don't feel like paying $50. I'm trying to save more money.
Well, yeah, because that game runs really well.
Yeah, I would assume it would run awesome for 1080p for a 970. Granted, not ultra, but
no, you could probably do ultra.
Really?
It doesn't seem like it's that demanding of a game.
Okay, I might. It depends on how much money I got.
Yeah, if you're saving for the graphics card, I would just say just wait, man.
Yeah, just wait, and hopefully it goes on a bit sale or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, and plus I gotta finish a couple games, like replaying Witcher 3, and and also I need to live stream Devil May Cry 5. But besides that, don't think there should be an easy mode. That's that. I guess now we can go into. Wait, I actually do want to say
there's one more topic we need to talk about.
One more thing. Actually, I seen this brought up in the Arkham community, and I do want to address it because it's kind of annoying. There was a comparison for Arkham 2019 versus Spider-Man, and
wait, what?
I won't say whose video, but they were trying to say, it was brought up what's going to sell more, Arkham 2019 or Spider-Man, or Spider-Man PS4. And I've said this, and I'm like, I know we said this, like I said this another time, but I did want to reaffirm. I'm like, if you're going to compare this, if Arkham 2019 comes out, if that's a big if, it might even come out next year. Who knows? Because there's no evidence to just if it's coming out this year or next year. Totally think Spider-Man will still kick Arkham's ass when it comes to sales. And what I mean by that is you gotta look at the sales numbers and look at Arkham Origins sales numbers, right? And see how big it was, and see how big it was for each Arkham game. And the highest was Arkham Knight, and that was rated M. But we see Montreal's game, and it was the Asylum or even less than Asylum. And Spider-Man's marketing has a bigger budget marketing than any of the Arkham games, and this is facts. They were on, subway trains. They were on, in the New York buses and stuff like that, as well as E3. They had legit a building for, whatever you call it, for E3
and statues.
Yeah, and the statues and stuff. Like, it's a lot of money going to marketing. And of course, themed consoles and stuff like that. And I heard people say, well, Arkham Knight didn't sell as well. It's because the PC port wasn't that great. And I'm like,
it still isn't.
It still isn't, but no, actually it runs fine for me. But I think that if the PC port ran fine for Arkham, it still would have not hit the 10 million mark. It would have, let me think, how much would it have made? Probably maybe 7 mil total, 6 mil, something like that. It's still not enough, and WB Montreal's sales never dictate that they're a big game. Like, they don't sell big, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when hearing someone say that they think Arkham 2019 is going to sell more than Spider-Man, I'm not gonna lie, I chuckled because there's a lot of factors in why Spider-Man sold a lot.
The reason why Spider-Man sold well was because it had a console bundle. It had there were so many things that Spider-Man PS4 had that the Arkham games didn't do, and that the marketing for that game, this honest opinion about it, was the fact that the Arkham games essentially they did with Arkham City sales were completely really did really well, but when it comes down to Arkham Origins, they just flat out didn't do much for it. And I'm sorry, but my honest opinion, if there is an Arkham 2019 that which hopefully there will be, but if not, then whatever will be. But like I said, with Spider-Man PS4, because it did so well, I don't think the next Arkham game will do as massively as success as Spider-Man PS4 did for marketing, for sales, for a lot of those things. And they need to look at what Spider-Man PS4 did if they are going to produce this game and push it out, push the boat out. If you want to do it right, you got to push the boat out. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
All guns blazing. You see the no guts, you got guts. What's it called? No guts, no glory. You know the saying, but that's what I have to say about that the whole Arkham 2019 sale thing.
Yeah, what do you think, Shiga? If there's another Arkham game, also there's interest losing in Arkham. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jiggy? You think Spider-Man will still remain on top?
Yeah. The Spider-Man reinvigorated the franchise with the graphics and the. It's like Spider-Man. They made Spider-Man way more entertaining than Batman has ever been. Like, don't get me wrong, Batman kind of like put like superhero games back on the map after like, cause like it was Spider-Man, then it was like Spider-Man games kind of fell off, and Batman came back. It was like, haha, this how you do it. Then Spider-Man came back and like, no, this how you do it. And so it's like Spider-Man's like reigning at the top right now, and Batman is just like sitting there like it's not dead, but like they need to find some way to make it more entertaining because he gets tired of doing the same thing, sneak around, take people out, sneak around, take people out. Oh, you better hope they don't see you because they got like fucking AKs and they gonna clap your cheeks.
Yeah,
I mean, Spider-Man is kind of the same thing, though.
That's true. Well, yeah.
No, because there's way more stuff you can do with Spider-Man. Maybe it's not, but maybe it just seems like it because like Spider-Man is more in
I think
Batman.
it's just the way it's presented.
Yeah,
No,
and the traversal.
It's just
Spider-Man is so fun though. It's like he's witty, he's entertaining. Batman is like, I'm Batman, I'm bland.
Okay,
I gotta do justice.
So
it's like, bro,
personalities like for you, like you are more interested in Spider-Man's personality than Batman's personality.
Yeah, and then it's like Spider-Man has good people around him. He has like Jane and like oh my god, I forgot
Miles.
his name. Miles. And it's like, who does Batman have? Like the only person who I cared about, they killed off, which is Joker. Like everybody else is like born, and I didn't care about it at all.
Yeah, I can respect his opinion on that.
Yeah, it's like a different taste for different people.
The only thing I hated about Spider-Man, though, which I gotta bring up, is the fucking screwball challenges.
I think everyone hated that.
Everybody agrees with that, but it's like they should have just never did that.
But
I think it was like too late. They already like pushed their chips onto the table. Then it was like they saw it. Their hand was looking favorable. I was like, oh man, it was too late though.
Yeah, for the DLCs it was way too late. They were, into development for the DLCs, and it was just like, yikes. We're not gonna do that for Spider-Man 2. But I will say, that's a personal opinion, but I do see for the gaming community, when Batman is brought up, a new Arkham game is brought up, somebody like people want a different DC superhero game. Like they want, Green Lantern or Flash or like that stuff is brought up. Wonder Woman, and they don't want another Batman game.
No Wonder Woman or Superman. They're still too OP.
Excuse me.
Wonder Woman is a god, bro. Like,
I mean, she is a god.
Well,
like,
not really.
It depends on the origin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going by the movie that I just seen recently. I don't care about the other people.
Okay.
They don't.
But the thing is, like, even the movie kind of went around it. Like, they didn't say they kind of made her, like, they made her a guy killer, but they didn't make her a god.
And you see the way
they did say she was made to kill guys. Like, you're right.
The way I see it is that, DC can do other superhero games. You could do the Flash, you could do Superman, you could do Wonder Woman, in the style of God of War.
Or any of
that. I mean, hell, I even say this as well. They could even do a flipping Young Justice game. You know what? I'll be down for that if that was the case. But like I said, the gaming community, like you said, wants a different superhero, not just Batman and solely just Batman.
Yeah, it's like the interest is waning with it after
I think it's the reason why we're not getting different characters and stuff. It's basically because Batman is the franchise of the DC gaming side of things. It's made millions and billions, so that's the reason why. If it was down to me, I would have loved to seen a Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, hell, even Aquaman game as well. I would have loved to have seen those to make it onto the list, and I think people would appreciate different characters compared to just to one character. And I think that should be the case for next generation consoles, considering that the next gen is the last gen console, I believe.
Well, it's so far we don't know if it's last gen.
But for Microsoft, it is.
I don't even think they said that.
But
we just don't know.
I was gonna say something like I really want a Green Lantern game, but I feel like that will suffer from the same thing as Batman because he's same as Batman, is brooding.
Which Green Lantern?
Which Green Lantern? That's the question.
Like John
Again,
Stewart
I'm
or
going
Hal
by
Jordan?
recent show. I don't know any other than the show Oliver Queen, so I don't.
Oh,
That's
you're
Green
talking about
Arrow.
Green
Oh,
Arrow.
he's talking about Green Arrow, not
Yeah,
Green
yeah.
Lantern.
Oh,
yeah.
did I say Green Lantern?
Yeah, you said
Yes, you said
Okay.
Green
Oh,
Lantern.
I meant Green Arrow. Sorry.
Well, Green Arrow's a way different character in the show than.
But it'll be compared. You know, the thing is with Green Arrow, he'll be compared too much to Batman, and I feel as if
Well,
that's
no, he like in the comics he's more lighthearted. Like he's not.
yeah. But you got to think about it like this, though, and it's like some people will compare him to Batman, and they'll just
I don't know how. I don't know.
If it's done right, they won't. If they do it right, it won't be. But
if they do it right, then yeah, then he won't be. But
Like
you know,
Injustice is Green Land, not Green. Why I say Green? Green Arrow is like for me
he's
like
groovy.
he's actually Green Arrow. Like,
Yeah, he's the Green Arrow that should have been in a Green Arrow game, essentially.
yeah.
But like we all know what DC is like anyway, regardless, and they're just gonna push Batman, and it's gonna get to the point where people are just gonna get sick of it and they're just gonna boycott it.
Yeah.
it's already happening, bro.
Yeah, it is. People are boycotting for a Batman game or for that type of brooding type of game. They need something different, something fresh, something which has never been done before.
Yeah.
On this generation console.
I do think they should have a lighthearted superhero. I think Green Arrow would be, perfect. Even Aquaman would hell.
I mean, Aquaman, Superman, Flash, those characters, they could, that would set the, a light type of character would actually really set the tone for DC, to be honest with you. And it would make sense. But we know that WB wants to put dark and brooding and all of that. And I'm just like, oh man, really? Another one? When they're gonna give up on that? So you know what I mean? It's like they need to push other characters out. There's loads of stories they could do as well.
Yeah.
Right? There's stuff that Jeff Johns has done, there's stuff that Jim Lee has done, and Scott Snyder. You could go through all those comics and take some adaptations from that, and it would work out in the beneficial for DC and for WB for that faction. But it will never happen. And at the end of the day, if there's another Batman game, whatever, that's fine. But I think it should be the last Batman game ever, in my honest opinion, until maybe another 5 or 10 years, and let another DC hero have its own game. That's just me.
Yeah. What do you think, Inspector, about this whole argument that Arkham 2019 would sell more than Spider-Man?
I think it has no chance. Just because, as you said, like even if it does come out this year, it's WB Montreal, so you have to compare it more to Arkham Origins than the other Arkham games.
Yeah, like in terms of those sales as well.
In terms of sales, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of sales. And that was 6 years ago.
Yep.
So, and as you said, I think more people want more variety in their superhero games. Because even though there was hype behind Spider-Man, everyone was saying, "Oh, like it's just another Spider-Man game." Like that's like more like with DC has Batman and Marvel has Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like those are the two games that, like, knowing how much of a development, I don't want to say disaster, but development misfire or like announcement misfire that was the Avengers project.
Mhm.
Like, I think that Spider-Man is much like Batman is the only
The only difference is that
the only thing that they can sell.
Yeah.
Oh man, you bugging. Iron Man,
No.
they could definitely.
Well, no. Well, if you're talking about in terms of entertainment, like they've done
I know, but I'm
like-
not saying the only thing. I'm saying like it's the one thing that gets
I was
sales.
agreeing with you in terms of sales, though. Like, if you're talking about the biggest moneymaker or the top 3 biggest moneymaker in entertainment, counting comics, merch, action figures, movies, TV, like Spider-Man's like number 1, and number 2 would be Batman, and number 3 would be Superman when it comes into.
I think it really depends on the time. Sometimes number 1 is Batman. Sometimes number 1 is Spider-Man. It really depends.
Yeah, but the big 3 is like those superheroes.
Yeah,
Batman,
those 3.
Spider-Man, and Superman. Yeah, it's always going to be those 3, and it's like we need fresh. That's what I think it needs to happen. But if we don't get fresh characters, people are just going to get bored of the same thing. A lot of people are going to rebel within the gaming industry. I can see that being the case.
And Anthem has proven that if you do it right, you can fucking have like a robot dude.
Look,
like
I
that.
mean, they're doing an Iron Man VR game, which
Yeah, no, I'm making fucking. But VR can die for all I care.
I heard like a lot of people are enjoying that Iron Man game. Like,
yeah,
in terms of VR, like I heard like it's supposed to be actually enjoyable.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like it was what's it called? It's that somebody played like 30 minutes of the game, just to try out and stuff, and apparently it's really good, really entertaining. So we'll have to wait and see when the game is released. But apparently the devs wanted Iron Man to be a VR. They didn't want any other character. So I mean, it can be done if it was like a AAA game, open world. If it can be done if the devs put their mind to it.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, DMV fan? The whole argument of Arkham 2019 versus Spider-Man sales.
I'm biased for Spider-Man, so I gotta say Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you do got Spider-Man.
Yeah, he has got Spider-Man Iron Spider logos, well, avatar. So.
Yeah, but keep going, DMV fan.
Oh, but still, it did still sell more because Arkham Origins didn't even do like massive numbers, so and it wouldn't be Rocksteady, so I don't think so.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Another thing that you got to remember though, with Arkham Origins, it didn't do as well as Arkham City.
No, it didn't even do like it was comparable to Asylum sales. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it actually did similar or did a little bit under Asylum. I don't know. It's one or the other.
Yeah, the one thing is just that even the reviews were really bad for it though. With Arkham Origins, it just got compared so much to Arkham City, so they have to push this out. So
yeah, I agree. All right, so Talia, let us know about Mortal Kombat.
Well, Mortal Kombat was the Game Informer cover for May, and they revealed a new character. And the character, I forgot her name now, but she has the ability like Poison Ivy and Starfire, and it looks incredible. They revealed it, and it was freaking awesome. Plus, they also unveiled that apparently Towers will have a tag team mode as well, which looks pretty cool. And it's very interesting that MK11 was the Game Informer cover for May, even though the game comes out in end of April. So, like there's a possibility there'll be like a month coverage of just the main characters, the main roster, like leading up to the release date, and then possibly like at the end of the month they could announce some like first 3 characters of DLC. That's a potential of.
Well, they already revealed Shang Tsung as DLC, so.
Well, the other, you know what I mean, the other 2. So, besides Shang Tsung, I can't pronounce the name, but the other 2 DLCs they could possibly announce, and I've been thinking about this a lot, and they could actually be at E3 this year as well, like they did with Injustice 2, and show off more content there. So I don't know about you guys, but what do you guys think about the whole MK11, being on the front cover of Game Informer, the new character revelation, and do you think it was a good idea that they did this, as Game Informer cover?
I mean, personally, for Game Informer, I feel like it's a game that should be, what's the right phrase to say? I think it should have been a game that hasn't been covered. Like,
Like
And when I mean by
Borderlands?
covered, I mean like a game that isn't MK supposed to come out this month, basically, right?
End of this
Yeah.
month, April 23rd.
So for me, it's like it should be a game that comes out like a couple months later or something like that. It's extensive coverage that we don't really know much about. Like I feel from the live streams and seeing character trailers and all that, like we already got a sense of what the game is.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it's kind of waste. I don't know if it's Game Informer buys it or,
It's WB that
WB gives money to Game Informer to cover. I don't know which one it is.
It's WB that gives Game Informer the coverage.
I know. I'm saying I don't know which one gives like the money, but like I think it's a waste of money. I really don't think they need it.
What game would you have had in Game Informer instead then?
I don't know, because there's not many games coming out. Maybe Astral Chain or I'm trying to think of something else. Maybe I would say something like a Nintendo game or something like that.
Okay.
Like Fire Emblem Three Houses or something, like a game that hasn't gotten much coverage, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just me though.
Yeah. What about you, Jigga?
I have no opinion. I don't like Mortal Kombat. So.
Oh man, Inspector.
I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Red Hood. Is that I don't think it should have been the cover because it's coming out this month. But as for the character, I thought she looked fine. Her fatality didn't really do much for me. It kind of was a boring fatality. But and she kind of had like a Tremor vibe to her. And like I wasn't a big fan of Tremor, so I could say like her design was cool, but ultimately like underwhelmed by her gameplay. But,
Right. What game cover would you have had if you had the option to choose it?
I don't really know that many games coming out in the next few months. I can't really name anything because I can't.
You can't think.
I can't think. Maybe like I can't think of anything. Maybe Death Stranding for Red Hood.
Yeah, oh, there we go, baby. Death Stranding, Kojima. Oh yeah.
What about you?
Give me some more Kojima, my man.
What are you, DMV fan? What do you think about MK11 front cover of Game Informer? What do you think of the revealed character? And also, what game would you have had if you didn't like it being on the front cover of Game Informer for May?
More promotion isn't bad. It's not like we're gonna see Avengers Project or WB's Montreal's game until E3, so there's no point.
You mean Square Enix?
Yeah, there's no point getting like upset about it or anything like that.
Right. I mean the only cool thing was about the cover was that we got to see a cool what's it called screenshot of Raiden, so that was pretty cool. But other than that, I mean Game Informer this is a good opportunity for MK to push out everything they have now for the full month. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, so that'll be it for the game news, and we only got a couple like movie/TV news. I guess we'll go with the smallest one. Joker for Gotham. They showed some images, and to be completely honest, it looks trash. That ain't my Joker. That Joker looks awful. That Joker looks like an old man. That it looks like he looks like he's 60, and I just don't like it at all. We also saw like Batman. And I love how like they show it just for like the last episode or something like that. Personally, I told you I didn't care for Gotham. They changed a lot of the lore and about Batman and Hush and all that just doesn't make any sense. But personally, it's like that Joker looked awful for Gotham. Jigga, have you seen what that Joker looked like for Gotham? Man, that's there, dude.
It was terrible, bro. Like it looked like I get like the Joker is supposed to have white skin from like the chemical stuff, but it just looked terrible. Like he has like I don't know what it was, but it just looks terrible.
Like old skin, it's like it's just like nah.
Yeah, like his
It
skin
looks
falls
like
off.
they dug up Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Bruh.
Oh no.
Oh man.
God rest his soul. Philip
Oh my
Seymour Hoffman.
gosh. Yeah,
Oh man.
jeez, I don't know, man. I would if I was a part of that show, I'd just be like, yo, this is not it.
You know what I'm gonna say? Like I
Well,
would rather
series
have Jared
finale.
Leto's Joker, bro. Jared Leto's Joker is way better than that one, bro.
Oh yeah. Of course, I didn't even like, in terms of Jared Leto's design, I didn't care for it, but like, I won't go and say like this Gotham design is way better than Jared Leto. No, well, it makes me appreciate Jared Leto's Joker
It really
design.
does.
What do you think, Taladio, about the Joker design for Gotham?
It's trash. It is trash compared to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. It is trash.
Agreed. What about you? What about you, DMV fan? What do you think about that? You enjoying that look?
Yeah, it's whatever to me. It's cable TV. I'm not expecting it to be all that great. So, and I'm not invested in Gotham either. So I don't really care.
Jack and Johnny is, or for the couple previous seasons or something like that. No, he is. Don't know why.
Yeah, me either, bro.
All right, so I guess we're done with the Gotham talk. We can, we could talk about Joker teaser trailer. I actually enjoyed it, and for me, I got the vibe that this is. I think people are saying like it's a person that is thrown into society that is awful. Like it treats you like garbage. You're trying to survive, and like you will have a mental break with reality and will become a person that is the clown prince of crime. Like he's doing his stand-up acts and stuff like that. Clown, and then he does like these heinous acts, and like you notice in the film that when he doesn't become the clown prince of crime, right, that he doesn't become Joker, that you could see his posture, like he's not confident, he's not happy, he's living like a depressed man would. But like by the ending, when he like embodies Joker or comes to realization of who he is, that he is more confident and he's happy and all this other stuff, and he enjoys this, and he like it's crazy. Like I personally can't wait. This is like an Elseworld story. Like I like people have said this. It's not going to connect to the DCEU, but I did hear some complaints that people are like, "Oh man, this movie should be more fun and all this other stuff." And I was just like, "Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that this movie has to be fun. Like, not all comic book movies have to be fun. My whole thing is, like, a comic book movie can be dark. It just has to be, like, done well. Like, any comic book movie needs to be done well. It has to have character development. It has to have good pacing, cinematography, good soundtrack. I've always stated that in terms of movies when I critique movies. If it has no character growth, then we have a major problem. But it seems like there will be character growth. Jiggle, have you seen the trailer for Joker?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's like I like it because like what I never liked is like they always made Joker seem like he was just like above average being. It's like no, he's just a fucking regular dude who just goes crazy and does crazy shit. So it's like this seemed like it's more of like it's just like he's just a regular dude who went crazy and that's it. And he started to like go deep into his craziness and start doing more and more crazy shit. So it's like not like the movies where it's just like I just feel like he does too much for just like a normal person.
Yeah, I feel that. What about you, Inspector? Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was fine. Like, I say I have a passing interest in this movie. Like, I'm not hyped about it.
Mhm.
Like, I find it interesting, but I'm still not fully on board with it. Just because, like, the whole point of Joker is his dynamic with Batman. It's kind of the same thing with Venom, but like taking away that dichotomy kind of negates the meaning for the character.
Mhm.
Like having like I get this isn't part of the universe. I guess it's an Elseworld story, but like that's the main part that's kind of irking me. But I thought the trailer looked fine. I thought it was shot well. I still don't know if Todd Phillips was the right director choice, but like I don't want to judge that just by the trailer. But I mean it looked fine. I think Phoenix looks good, but I said this to some of my friends earlier. One of my main problems with Joker now, ever since Heath Ledger, is that actors have to method act, and I hate that.
Mm.
Like, I get you're trying to get into character, but it just gets tiring for me.
Yeah, I agree with that, but doesn't Joaquin Phoenix do that with all his characters with method
I know.
acting?
Yeah, I mean, like, method acting annoys me, like, just in general, just because, like,
Because even Jared did that with Blade Runner
yeah,
2049
yeah,
as well.
Jared
He method
and
acted.
and Dallas Buyers Club
Yeah.
and all that stuff. It just seems maddening though, because like if it annoys me
Yeah.
because if you're unwilling to get out of character because you think if you get out of character then you can't act, then you shouldn't be an actor.
Hmm.
Like if you can't live your life normally while filming a movie, then you kind of have a problem. But
No, I disagree because that's some of the best actors are like that.
I
Now
that's
there's some people who do take it too far. I would agree. Like
yeah, like the
some
people
take it way too far.
I'm talking about the people who take it too far. Like sometimes Daniel Day-Lewis takes it too far, in my opinion. Some like Christian Bale, like he goes crazy with like his body.
Oh yeah.
And I
Like
worry for him
what was like
sometimes.
the Vice? Was it Vice something?
Yeah,
that,
Vice.
Like he legit went. He had to gain weight for that role, and then the other one, which was like I forgot the movie, that he became very skinny, like very
Machinist.
malnourished. I was like,
Yeah.
gosh, dang, dude.
Like I worry for Christian Bale just because like that must be hell for his body. But yeah.
What do you think, Claudia, about the Joker trailer or teaser trailer?
Teaser trailer looked good. Can't wait to see more of it. I'm not hooked into it as of yet, like Inspector. I just need to see a little bit more before I can make it a full judgment on whether or not I really want to invest my money into watching the movie.
Yeah, agreed. And DMV fan, I saw you on Twitter saying it was pretty fire. It seemed like you enjoyed the teaser trailer. What are your thoughts on the teaser trailer for Joker?
Yeah, it looked great, and I'm really excited for it. It looks like it's doing something different from most comic book movies we see, like Logan, and that we saw how that worked out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I want more movies to experiment like DMV fan is. I'm hoping Marvel MCU will do that, but that
It's weird because like I don't want to say DC has been experimental, but I think they've been a bit more experimental than Marvel.
Yeah, no, I mean I can agree with that.
I mean, I guess that's either to their benefit or their detriment because it's a very divisive way to look at stuff. But
yeah, I mean, I would say the Joker is very experimental. Batman v Superman is like, I guess you could
it really
say
depends on how you look at
detrimental part because of
It depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
So
you could say they change, how
like
characters,
especially with the upcoming slate, because like Joker looks different from Birds of Prey, which looks different from Wonder Woman 84.
And Birds of Prey is also like is Joker heading for an R rated? Because
Joker, I think Joker's going to be R rated.
And Birds of Prey is rumored to be R rated, right?
Rumored to be R rated. I don't know if it's going to end up being R rated.
Okay.
I doubt it will be, but they said they're aiming for it. But I don't think WB will. Since the movie's going to be in the universe, I doubt they're going to make it R rated. Because I think they want in-universe movies to be as like I'm blanking on the word now, as accessible as possible to all audiences. Like if Birds of Prey was out of universe, I could see them going with R rating, but in universe, no, I don't see it. But
that's my thing. It's like I guess we can transition to it. I think there was a tweet. I think I saw from Inspector, either not Inspector, DMV fan retweeting or liking it's, Alan Horn with like Ryan Reynolds or something like that, and talking about like there's more, I guess, things to come for Deadpool or something like that for Disney's future, right? So it seems like they're going to keep Deadpool R-rated, but will they actually, my question to you before we go into Endgame is actually integrate him into the MCU? Because it's like, you have an R-rated character that cuts people up, that kills people pretty bad, and how, I guess, the right way is to implement him into the MCU. That's my question, because I can't I can't ever tell somebody a good answer, because it's like, how do you separate that and say, okay, Deadpool is a rated R character, but he will be in the MCU, and because like Deadpool 1, when it first came out, there were kids there and parents were complaining. They were like, oh my gosh, the superhero, I thought this was going to be PG-13. Like, why is all this stuff happening? It's like, how do you, I guess, to tell the audience that? Like, how do you, I guess, separate that? That's my question for you guys.
I think they're going to probably keep it separate.
Yeah.
I think, and I also think Deadpool is like kind of too meta to be into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
At least the way Reynolds portrays him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Inspector on this one. But we'll have to wait and see whether or not Disney are going to push that route of rated R.
Well, they said that to the board and the investors, like they can't go back on that shit. If not, be some legal trouble, to say the least. You, Jigga, what do you think? You think that Disney's gonna keep Deadpool out of the MCU, or you think they're gonna try and figure out a way?
I would definitely keep him out. I don't see the point of putting him in. It's like, I get, like, you can't put him in without making him lose some of what, to me, has made him great. Yeah. So I would just stay, like, leave him out.
Mm-hmm. What about you, DMV fan? What do you think? Because that I saw it from the retweeter like that you had for that tweet for Ryan Reynolds and Alan Horn or something like that.
They already said they were going to put him in the MCU, so they will.
Okay. All right, so we got Avengers Endgame to talk about. And yeah, it did break some records for Fandango and some other sites. It has, in 6 hours, beat the pre-order sales for Star Wars The Force Awakens, which in of itself was crazy. I legit had to straight up... Oh, man, I was talking to DMV fan when this was happening. Like, I went to Fandango. I woke up early, but then fell asleep, then woke up like 10 minutes after in the morning when it was released. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready for like a 13-minute queue for Fandango. And I'm like, okay. And I'm picking my seats, and it was like, oh, select your time and date and like in your time for the movie. And I did it again, pick my seats, and did it like 20 times. And I was just like, and then just like, oh, you've been timed out. And I'm like, what? Okay. And I was thinking it's a Fandango problem. And then I had to wait another hour and a half. And then I found,
wait,
yeah,
you had an hour and a half. You've had it that bad. I had it worse than you, bro.
No. And listen. And then it finally paused me, and it's saying AMC because I go to AMC. Their servers are all messed up, and that's an AMC issue. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? In my head, I'm like, I don't live far from the theater. You know what? I'm gonna actually go pick up my tickets there. And they even said, yeah, I went on Twitter. Their servers are down. Like Regal was fine. Some like other theaters were fine, but AMC, I'm like, dude, you guys had this issue with Infinity War. You guys had prep time. I don't understand. What were you guys doing? It's like, yo. It's like when April hit. It's like, yo, are we supposed to fix our servers, upgrade our servers? Like, is this supposed to be an important day coming? And I was like, oh my gosh. When that happened, I was like, I got the tickets. I don't know if I lose those tickets, like they can find it. I just put it, at a safe place in the wallet. So yeah, I had to get it for a couple of my friends and an IMAX. Granted, I'm a little pissed that's in 3D because IMAX 2D is at 6 p.m. and I can't do that because of work and stuff. So I'm going to 10:30 p.m. Showing. And we did see like a bit of footage. It's interesting, I say the least. They did show a certain person. I thought I liked it, but some people would consider it, I guess, spoilery. But for me, it's not that much. And I do think it's in the first 20 to 30 minutes of that film. I think that's going to happen. And then I've seen another footage that, in that footage, though, for the tickets available everywhere, that man got some bars. I'm like, oh, word. I feel that. I feel that, Thanos. And he's like, it's talking about, I guess, Tony Stark is like, you guys have failed and you still come back to me. And it's like, man, I feel that. And yeah, there was another footage, and like the man just feels like the man knows he's just too powerful for them. So it's gonna be interesting seeing what's gonna happen exactly. But overall, yeah.
Saves the day.
Oh man! Why?
Jigga know why he did that. Jigga know why he did that.
Jigga knows why he did that. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Jigga. I'm pretty sure you said, and I quote, I'm not gonna lie, Red Hood. If Captain Marvel did this, that's gonna be a big yikes for me.
Oh, I definitely did say that. And I'm gonna be fucking annoyed, bro. Like,
oh man,
this comes out of nowhere. I've been.
DMV fans for it, dude.
When the Galaxy not come save the day, like, bro, if you don't go somewhere.
DMV fans co-signs that happening. Right, DMV fan? Oh man,
he's not there. But let me tell you a story, right? I waited 6 hours of trying to get my tickets for 4 p.m. showing of.
Was it Thursday night or is it a different night?
Thursday night. Because don't forget, it's a day earlier for us. Mm-hmm. So it was Odeon, booking it online. I tried 20 fucking times. Every hour, it just, at the last hurdle, it wouldn't let me pay for my card. And I'm just like, bruh, the money didn't go through. And I'm just like, I've been trying to get the best seats in the house, which is at the back row in the middle. And what do I find at the middle row? The back two best seats were taken. So I had to go for the back row at the side, seats 7 and 8. And I'm just like,
hey, bro, at least it's not front row seats, dude. I watched Infinity War front row seats.
Here's the funny thing, though. At least you're gonna hate me for this. It's in 2D, not in 3D or IMAX.
How am I gonna hate you, dude? That's better.
In 2D?
IMAX 2D? Well, it depends.
No, we don't have IMAX 2D in most of our cinemas, so it's in 2D. But we got recliners chairs, so I'm happy.
I got recliners too in my theater.
Yeah, I got recliners for mine, so I'm just like both B and my mate were just like, we'll go 4 p.m. we'll go watch the movie, and then we'll have nachos or whatnot. But like he essentially paid me to pay for the tickets, and I'm just like, bro, okay, I'll get you the tickets. You have to make,
all my
because
friends did the same thing because
he had to pay me through PayPal, so it was just like,
my friends were like, we need to get this all together. We need to have one person. I was like, I'll do it, and then I got all like my friends' tickets as well as mine, and I'm glad they paid me because that thing is on IMAX, paying all of them. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was a lot of money, man. For me, it's £18.50, and I'm just like, bruh, £18.50. That's expensive, man, just for 2 adults.
Oh, dude, and for 5 for me, because you're a Stubbs member, it takes out the convenience fee, but it was $85.
$85.
Yeah, because I paid for 5.
Damn, dude,
I got paid for everybody else. So
that's a lot, dude. That's nearly.
I got like $17 for myself though, so I got all the money back.
But like waiting 6 hours though, that was ridiculous.
I got sick of it, and I just went to the theater.
I mean, I couldn't go to the cinemas because I don't have a car. But waiting 6 hours, couldn't even speak to customer service to try and find out if my audio went through, because the customer services wasn't 24 hours. So I was just like, wait a minute. It's 6 hours. It's just ridiculous. But regardless, I got my tickets. I'm happy. I'm going to see Avengers Endgame, 25th of April. I'm going to be excited to watch it. So I mean, even watching the trailer was awesome. So
what do you think about that sneak peek,
dude? I was pumped. I was pumped when I watched it. I was just like, bruh, Iron Man's look. Oh my god, it's just like even for OMG went back to the old school, and then what's it called? But with DMV fans, loyal, trusted mascot, I should call it. I'm just like, bruh, she's not gonna do anything, so she'll be missed. She won't be missed.
I think she'll have a minor role. If I'm done with the trolling, though, I think she's gonna have a minor role.
She'll have a minor role, like not like.
It's because of and it's just from what the roosters are saying, and the character sizes.
It's 3 hours 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, 3 hours 2 minutes.
But I can't even get advanced tickets. This is trash.
Wait! Are you trying to get it now, Giga?
Yeah. Oh. No, but it's not even announced yet in my fucking city. So
wait, really?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you go on Fandango and search up your theater?
Oh, not on AMC.
Yeah, wait. AMC should have events. I have AMC on mine. They announced the time.
No events tickets, bro. Or it has not been announced for your theater yet. Like, bro, what?
I would call them and be like, "Yo." Well, not today because it's too late for them, I guess. But
feel bad for Giga. Feel bad.
Are you trying to get the Thursday night tickets, Giga?
Probably not. I don't want to go Thursday night, bro.
Where's it the week?
I'd rather go the weekend.
But advanced screening for us in the UK are Wednesday, so we get Wednesday night 11:35 p.m.
Dude, if you do, Tawny, you're getting a block from me. You hear me? So
I'm not going to Wednesday. I'm going on a Thursday. So
you're 5 hours ahead. So you're getting a block.
I'm not gonna spoil for shit. I'm just gonna put my reaction of rating of the movie. So
you want to preemptive block them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Claudia, until I watch this movie, you're getting a block.
Wow.
But yeah, I guess, Inspector, what do you think, with the footage, and did you get your tickets, and I guess your experience getting the tickets?
The special peak was good. I only watched half of it, but what I watched was good. And my experience getting the tickets, I first tried to get it on Fandango, and it said the wait time. This was yesterday morning, around 11 a.m. It's the line time is 1 hour. I'm like, okay. And then I waited until 2 p.m. and I can get my tickets now. So I got them Friday morning at 10 a.m. because I can't go Thursday night because I work on Thursday nights. So, and I already asked for this Thursday off for Shazam, so I'm not going to ask for that Thursday off for Avengers. But it was easy because that screening was pretty much empty. There's pretty much all the seats. It's IMAX 2D.
Lucky.
And I mean, it's not a reclining theater, so there's like double the amount of seats than a reclining theater. And when I went to check the Thursday night showings, just because I was curious, pretty much every early screening was sold out. IMAX 2D.
Yeah. Let me actually search mine, but continue.
Yeah, like that's all. I got my ticket for IMAX 2D Friday morning.
This sucks, man. It feels bad.
Is it just like your city just hates you, Jigger, or something?
It's. I should have checked it. No, that's not AMC.
I got my tickets on Fandango, by the way, not AMC.
But I don't know, bro.
But the first time I went to check AMC, it was crashed when I went to check AMC.
Yeah, I know.
I heard Adam crashed too.
Yeah, Adam was terrible, and like they had a cool poster if you got it.
Yeah,
but,
they're doing
their whole thing was awful though. Like the whole experience, like me trying to get the ticket, was awful. Like getting in there. Yeah, I'm checking my tickets. Everything like, oh my gosh. So they have okay, so my seating is like this. It's like they got the front of the theater still kind of like a lot, like the first three. But then the fourth one, there's only one left. So it's like it's getting pretty much like gone at this point. I kind of wish I did get 2D, but it's like it's not at a good enough time.
Yeah.
Is it peak time or is it off peak?
Like IMAX 2D is at 6:30.
So it's off.
And I get out of work at like 6. Basically.
Yeah, because my IMAX 2D showings, there's only three 2D IMAX showings on Friday. There's a 10 a.m. Then I think there's a 3 p.m. Then I think there's like a 6 or 7 p.m.
Yeah, I think it's because of the runtime. Because like I looked at the next day, there's only 2 showings for IMAX 3D and 2 showings for IMAX 2D.
Oh, there's like 7 showings for like regular.
Regular ones. Like there's a lot.
And since my ticket was a matinee ticket, it was like $3 or $4 cheaper. I think it was like $13 instead of $18.
Yeah, did I make the right decision, guys, for going to IMAX? Because they did have a Dolby Atmos theater in my theater, but because I was thinking Avengers is shot in IMAX cameras. So
what's the difference between AMC Prime and Dolby Atmos?
AMC Prime,
because AMC Prime, like I have Prime at my AMC. I think it's the same.
Well, it's Prime at AMC. Prime's an already existing premium offering found at some AMC theaters. Power reclining seats with seat transducers, in addition to the best sound projection they call installed. Dolby Cinema at AMC Prime will transport. I guess it's the same thing. They're saying Dolby Cinema at AMC Prime. So it seems like the same thing. I think I made the right decision because the movie shot with IMAX cameras. I might go to another one just to see Dolby Atmos because I'm gonna probably get AMC A-list just so I can like watch it, a couple times. I don't have to pay like an exorbitant amount of money. That's just me. I guess DMV fan. I guess what is your experience with getting your tickets, pre-order tickets, and what about the footage you saw? What do you think about that?
I didn't watch the footage because I'm on blackout.
I feel it.
And I thought I was gonna order Dolby tickets for Friday, but that didn't happen. So I ordered Saturday IMAX 3D tickets. That way I can watch rounds day 1 and day 2 of the NFL draft 2, so that's good for me. And then after the Wicked comes out, I'm gonna go to the actual IMAX theater to watch Endgame again.
Okay. Respect. I forgot to ask, what did you guys think about the pre-order ticket sales for it beating Star Wars: The Force Awakens in 6 hours?
Fake news.
It's firstly, it's incredible, and secondly, it's no surprise.
Yeah.
So, but here's the big question.
Yep.
Opening weekend domestic and opening weekend worldwide.
Of course, worldwide. Well, internationally, it's going to make a lot more than domestic.
I know. That's why I'm asking both.
Both. I know the projection is 840 mil, right?
Does it have a possibility of making 1 billion worldwide opening weekend?
Oof.
Yes.
Give me a percentage if you think so.
I think it'd be about 50%.
I say 70%.
I'd say about between 50 to 70% that it'll make $1 billion.
I would not be surprised if it makes $1 billion though. Like, if I'll be completely honest, I think no trolling, but like how I troll Captain Marvel. But I totally think the film it most likely will either reach $1 billion or almost $1 billion. Because you got to also realize, like, because of how long the movie is, though, it might get close to it because it doesn't have as like many, what do you call it? Was it theater
per theater average?
Or like how like if you have a shorter movie, like you get more ticket sales. More screenings. That's a correct word.
Average.
Yeah, so that might work against it a little bit, but everyone's gonna keep seeing the movie, and I do think that like it's gonna have repeat watching that people did with like Infinity War and stuff like that. Will it have, of course, like the drop off that like even Infinity War had a drop off, but like because everyone wants to go see it without spoilers, like people having spoilers. Like I want to keep it a buck, like everyone wants to see it at the first week because of YouTube or Twitter. People be posting like, "Oh, this person died," and you're like, "Are you shitting me right now?" That's what I'm saying. Like anyone watching this as Saturday, like, do not go on social media. Do not do anything at all. Just don't search anything regarding Avenger Endgame. But no, I think it has a strong possibility of hitting $1 billion, if not close to it.
But how about domestic? Like 300 million domestic opening weekend, because the highest I think is Infinity War, right?
Yeah, I forgot what was it.
Like 270.
It might hit 300. Yeah, no, I think it'll definitely hit 300, maybe 320, something like that. I would say.
Yeah.
What about you, Jigga? You think it'll hit $1 billion this weekend? That weekend?
I'd say the weekend. I'd say about maybe 650 to 700 million. Wait, no. So how much did Captain Marvel make?
I don't know.
450, I think.
And the estimated projections is 840 mil. It makes worldwide.
I'm gonna have to go like 800. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about you, Toledo? You said 50%. Yeah, you think it's gonna make about
between 50 to 75.
Okay. What about you, DMV fan?
I'll just go like Lifetime. I think it'll beat Titanic, but not Avatar.
Do you think it's gonna be? You think it's gonna be Force Awakens?
Yeah,
I agree.
So here's the opening weekend for Infinity War was 257.
Okay. I feel like 300 is possible domestically. Great probability of that happening. Me, it's like I think they're gonna make the projection that's 840. It's just that what works against it is because of the long run time and less screenings available because of the set runtime. But hopefully people will go see it like in the other days, when it's available. Also, I don't think there should be an intermission. I hope there's not really an intermission. Granted, I'm gonna have to use that bathroom just because I get the large, drink.
Oh man, I need my intermission, dog.
You gonna need the intermission, Jigga?
You gonna need the intermission for that 3D hurting your eyes, bro.
Oh man, dude, I need IMAX 2D. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's just like because of what I saw, like I completely forgot because of the runtime. Usually, Infinity War, I remember had IMAX 2D a lot of them, but because it's a 3-hour, 2-minute movie, it's like 2 available a day. And that opening night's 1 for for regular IMAX and IMAX 3D. All right, so gotta talk about it. Talk about the elephant in the room and end it off here. Captain Marvel did make $1 billion, and congratulations to Captain Marvel. I did this, in good fun, and DMV fans happy.
Just clap.
Clap. He's a happy man. I mean,
let me tell you something.
What's happening?
Right, clap that you've won £7.
I mean, he makes. I mean, £7 translates to was it $10? So I mean, he's making $30. So I mean,
days gone with that.
Oh man.
Well, you're not gonna be able to get the money straight away from me, man. I'm afraid.
Oh man.
Yeah, but if you have to set that date, and I told a D&D fan, and I quote myself here. Wait,
like
give me a
second. For me, it's gonna be like a while, maybe like after the 15th, maybe the 20th at the max.
All right, that's as long as I get this money.
Yeah, and I told DMV fan. I told him yesterday before it was announced. It's like
as long as you have a PayPal account, send me a PayPal and I can send it to you via that.
No. Yeah, and I said to DMV fan, man didn't respond to me last night. It was like 10:01. And I remembered too because I think me and Game Inspection Century were talking, and we were talking about Captain Marvel. And I was like, "Yeah, no," and I said it to them. I won't say the reason why I took said bet, but there was a reason for it. DMV fan knows, but man doesn't want to say why it was. But I told him I got him next Friday. Either. If he's, DMV fan still wants an Amazon gift card or PayPal, it's up to him still. But congratulations to DMV fan. Man, DMV fan is a great guy, even though he trolls and I troll him back. I had actually fun time doing all this stuff. And next bet, who knows what our next bet will be for the Usual Suspects podcast. But do want to say, Captain Marvel deserved. Not Captain Marvel deserved. I said DMV fan deserved it. Captain Marvel is still a bad movie. Objectively speaking.
Yeah.
Just talking about that though, without me trolling, of course. Like I've said that.
It's facts.
But Avengers Endgame deserves all that hype, though. I'll say that. But do want to say. Everyone, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for
one more thing you forgot to mention.
What did I forget? Oh, Shazam. I mean,
you glad I'm sick, or else I'd be cussing your ass out.
Oh man, I was giving you praise, DV fan. I was giving you praise.
Facts. Live with it.
Good again, right there.
But yeah, Shazam. Remember, it comes out.
It comes out this Friday.
Comes out this Friday. Remember to watch it, guys.
Yeah, I already watched it, so you guys enjoy watching it. And also make sure to check out my review if you guys haven't.
I'm seeing it tomorrow at 4. So
it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. And it has character growth, unlike one other movie.
Well, he's the original Captain Marvel, so
yeah.
Okay, I'm done with the trolling. Well, that was kind of trolling.
But the OG. So, but yeah, don't forget Shazam this Friday, guys. Make sure you
go support it.
Support it.
If you guys don't support this and this movie doesn't do well, I'm gonna slap every single one of you through the monitor. And that's a quote from somebody. The man got mad on Twitch for that. I was like, I don't know how. But shout out to Jack and Johnny. But overall, yeah, this was a great episode. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I do want to thank DMV Fan for showing up. I love his trolling abilities, and yeah, hopefully we can have him again whenever he wants. He's always, welcome to join as a guest. And do also want to say thank you to my panel members for coming. You guys are very much appreciated. And yeah, we'll do our outros. I'll start off with mine. Hope you guys enjoyed this, podcast episode live stream. Make sure to hit the like button and leave us a comment below. Let us know what you guys thought about the topics. If you agreed, disagreed, what you guys thought about Avengers and the ticket order sales milestone. And share this podcast with your friends and make sure that the subscribe button if you want to see more content from the channel, as well as hit the bell notification, because if not hitting the bell, then you're not going to be able to see my videos go up, because YouTube kind of sucks right now. And I do want to give an update on DMV5, DMC 5 live stream. I don't know, might be tomorrow, hopefully. And also, I will try to stream on Twitch for Mass Effect, because I do want to continue the Mass Effect series on Twitch. And yeah, and also follow me on Twitter at RedHood240. I tweet out some interesting stuff, and I'm trying to tweet out more. Be involved with the community. Community. Oh man. I feel it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And Jigga, where can they find you at?
Hey, what's good, everybody? I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate it. We love each and every one of our supporters out here. And shout out to me for getting that Nino Kuni 2 plate. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to you, dude. Yeah. That's another milestone for the podcast. For Jigga, really. Inspector, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at the Inspector.
Noise.
And what about? Where can they find you?
Oh man. Maybe DMV Fan wants the last outro.
No, I'm getting the last outro.
Oh, dude. Hey, man.
Oh, no. All right, I'll just finish up right here. It's DMV Fan here. Respect the power of Carol Danvers.
This man.
You see what happens when you don't? You lose money
for
making stupid bets, all right?
What's your Twitter so people can follow you?
My Twitter is DMVFan123. I don't really promote it, though. So.
Yeah, I put in the description already.
Awesome. You guys can follow me, your boy, at Taladia Plays on Twitter, on Twitch, and also on YouTube, which is in the description. And remember, this Sunday is also WrestleMania weekend, so make sure you tune in for that as well. And it's only for $9.99.
Boo! I'm gonna be completely honest. Only two matches stand out: was the women's match and Kofi and Daniel, and everything else.
Agreed. But just remember, WrestleMania is this weekend. But until then, guys, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, because I won't be here next week and the week after, but I will be for the third week. I'll be there for the podcast.
There will be potential guests. We don't know yet. We're gonna have to talk to some people to see if they want to hop in, as a guest. So hope you guys enjoy it. If we get some guests, definitely will try to. So guys, hope you guys are having a great day. This is the Overleveled podcast signing off.
Oh
yeah. Bye, guys.